Let's put today our attention on the first reading from the prophet Baruch. So he's a prophet that is writing during the time of the exile. When the Jews were exiled in Babylon, that's when this prophet comes into scene. He was closely related with the prophet Jeremiah. And I think that he has a very useful and interesting message for us. He's a prophet who is writing during the exile and he's saying, we have sinned, and the exile is a punishment for our sins. And I think that this message is important because I think it is a great challenge for all of us to come to terms with our own sins and with our own faults. I'm saying this because it is such a human reaction to put excuses, to defend ourselves, and to put responsibility in other people. How many times when we're confronted by someone, our first reaction is to offer excuses. It's to say, it wasn't my fault, I was tired, it wasn't a good day for me, I was anxious, I was frustrated. Or sometimes we say, it's my parents' fault because I saw that bad example in them. It's my mom's fault, it's my dad's fault, it's the weather's fault. It's too cold, it's too hot. We always have an excuse. It's so hard for us to say, I'm sorry. I did wrong. I sinned. But you know what? I think this is such a liberating message. And when I think about the prophet Baruch, I think about my own life. And I remember sometimes, when I was a kid and I did something that was wrong. I remember when I was very small and I went to my dad's room and I took away a $20 bill. And my dad went to my room and he said, I'm missing money. Did you take out money from my room? And I said, no, it wasn't me. And then my dad started, kind of putting me in a spot where I had no escape. And then I finally said, yeah, it was me. I'm sorry. And I was reminded, and I look back at that moment and I say, it's such a liberating moment just to say, I'm sorry. I did wrong. Think about a marriage. How can a marriage work if spouses don't have the capacity to say, I'm sorry, I did wrong. I took a bad decision. So today, brothers and sisters, I want to challenge you and I want to challenge myself. Let's have the capacity of the prophet Baruch to acknowledge our sins and to acknowledge our shortcomings and to acknowledge our mistakes. Although initially we all, again, feel tempted to offer excuses or to put responsibility in others, it is extremely important and a sign of maturity to be able to say, I'm sorry. And I want to finish with a quote of the great St. Augustine, who addresses this issue not directly, but at least indirectly. And this phrase really stuck with me. St. Augustine said, God discovers the prideful, but covers the humble. Again, He discovers the prideful because the prideful always wants to enclose and camouflage their mistakes. God discovers the prideful, but He covers the humble. So let's take this phrase for our own lives today.